Let's see if the nerds are ready. They are ready. Let's do it then. PKO is in. I'm in. Okay, Vanya's not totally in yet. Big Brain Bouts number 44 main event. 44 editions where we gifted away $500, guys. My math is kind of good. I don't know if it's that good. How many dollars is that? 10 times is 5k, then would be 25k minus 6, 322k. It's a lot of prize money that we've given away on the Friday night to play some video games throughout this year. It's been a lot of fun running this. Obviously, it's not that easy. It's not just always the best of fives that you show and cast, because that's obviously kind of fun to sit here. But contacting players, checking who's available, trying to see what works matchup-wise. Sometimes it takes me hours to get 8 nerds together. Even though a lot of the nerds are eager to play, but if I have only someone that's available at like 4,700 and 5,200 or 6.5 and 6.1, like, you know, it's gonna take a little while to get it going. That's why it was nice to go to Atlanta, so I could do some matchmaking in real life. Made it a bit quicker. To be like, hey, you want to play? Because whenever I send a message to someone, you might not get an answer immediately. So then you sit here and wait. Suddenly you have 3 people at once that are available. From time to time, it got a bit messy, but we always made it work. ShaDoWn is saying that Vanya is afraid. I'm not sure if that's what it is. They've done their vetoes. I don't know what Vanya his pre-best of 5 ritual is. He's ready. Let's take a look how these two have done against each other historically. I feel like they don't play against each other very often, which is one of the main reasons why I wanted to see them play against each other. ShaDoWn overall has only played once, I believe, in the Big Brain Bouts. Vanya has played quite a few times. Throughout the entire history of Starcraft 2, they have played 11 times against each other. Wayne has won 8 out of 11. Including the last 8. Damn, that's big. ShaDoWn won the first 3. Wayne won 8 in a row. And lately I feel that ShaDoWn is quite good. And let's see. 8 in a row looks impressive. Can he make it 9? Or will ShaDoWn say no one? And I mean absolutely no one. Beats me 9 times in a row. Biker, thank you mate. Biker86, welcome. Yes, totally ready. Go. What is happening here? Nothing interesting. Here we go. Game 1, Alcyone. ShaDoWn is a man who loves Void Race in this matchup. I feel like more than anyone at a high level should love Void Race. But he makes it look pretty decent. He ends up in weird games where he has Archons, Zealots, +3 plasma shields, and a bunch of Void Rays with Flux Vein and a Mothership Core. Or a real Mothership. Mothership Cores don't exist. Let's do it.
Let's get it on. Round 1. Fight.
Bottom left side of Alcyone for the main event of BBB number 44. We are looking at the main base of Platinum Heroes ShaDoWn. One of the many great French Protoss nerds out there. In the top right side, we are looking at the main base of the man who has entertained us plenty of times on the Friday night. Yeah, I would say that he peaked in this event, where he had a few wins that I did not think he was capable of. Overall, it's been a pretty good 2023 for him. I feel like he had some deep runs in the ESL Masters as well. This is Starlight Twinkle Wayne, previously known as Vanya, previously known as RotterdaM. We're probably going to call him Vanya quite often throughout the series, as an early heads up. Does anybody remember Total Annihilation? I know the name, but I have not played that game a whole lot, if ever. Wayne is going to send a drone to the other side of the map, guys. He will still go hatch first on his own side of the map, but then I also think that he's up to no good with this drone. So it is hatch into another hatch into a spawning pool. So pretty spicy start to our main event tonight. This is kind of annoying to deal with. I'm not actually ever totally certain what is like the best thing to do as a Protoss. Do you pull probes, or do you just kind of ignore it and build a couple of gateway units, try to take care of it, and be like, alright, even if my expand is late, at least I have 2 gases, I have a quick cyber core, maybe I can tech into whatever I want to tech into a bit quicker. I will pull probes. Waited for a little while, waited until the Zealot came out. The one thing I kind of hate, by the way, about using the Chrono Boost on the Zealot is you guys can see once the Zealot is done, that Chrono is still active on your gate. And to me, that just always feels bad. Let's get weird. I'm okay with a bit of... I mean, it's PvZ. It's the first PvZ of the night. If this turns into a Clown Fiesta too, I'm all for it. Wayne is forced to cancel his hatch in the end. Obviously, tried to morph it into an Evo chamber, but ShaDoWn knows that would be a proper nightmare to deal with. So he's not going to send it into the main. Please take your gas, mate. Don't let that drone take your gas. Mixu lost 3-2. Got cheesed. Went up against the 2 racks. Had an Overlord that was heading into the right direction to spot the 2 barracks, but then at the last second he changed the course ever so slightly, but enough to not spot the Rexes, and I think that was the beginning of the end. Who remembers Star Command Revolution? You guys did not play the same video games as I did when I was growing up. I just played some International Superstar Soccer, GoldenEye, Banjo-Kazooie, Mario Kart, and Duke Nukem. That's what I did. Those were the games, baby. Metroid as well. Even though I never finished Metroid. And obviously Pokemon later on. ShaDoWn is gonna go for the Twilight Council as the follow-up, as he has a Zealot and an Adept in the top right side. Once Zergling speed is done, you're obviously gonna end up losing these units, but ShaDoWn probably feels confident that he can stick around a little bit longer. Let's the Shade finish up. This Adept was already low on HP, so now he's gonna die. I would say that is a mistake. The Adept was not able to really do anything. Zealot is very close to getting the Queen and somehow gets the Queen. Well, okay, now I feel a bit better about losing my Adept if I was ShaDoWn. It's a weird wall-off, by the way, but that's all good. Oh, wait, what? Okay. It's a super weird wall-off. This is a weird one. Alright, we're just gonna ignore it, guys. Hero wall, Roddy wall, call it how you want it. Not sure what that's all about, but... Wayne is gonna drop the Roach Warren. Has obviously not seen anything inside of the main base of ShaDoWn, other than that drone early on that was here. That was a bit too early. Couple of speedlings do manage to pick off the probe. I was trying to wipe in the third nexus. So. With this many adepts and not having seen an Oracle yet, or a Phoenix, or a Void Ray, do you know that this is Glaives? I'd say like you kind of do, right? I mean, Wayne is building a lot of roaches and a lot of links. This gives me the feeling that he knows what's up. Not sure how this is gonna go for ShaDoWn. I would love it, by the way, if Wayne morphs a couple of his roaches into Ravages immediately. And he goes for what I used to call the laser defense, but then he laser shot me down. He's like, oh, I actually got it from Dark. Dark always does it. I was like, fine. Tried to give you some kudos, nerd. Dark defense it is. Ravagers are close to finishing up. He's gonna let the... Oh my goodness, he lets it finish up. The corrosive balls will actually not connect. But this is still a lot of DPS on the Zerg side of things. And this is a Roddy Shade-in if I've ever seen one. The man had a bunch of adepts. Killed absolutely nothing. Got absolutely blasted by Lynx, Queens and Ravagers. As Wayne, his own Zergling, is kind of trying to prevent his attack here from happening. How long will this happen? Problem if you go Resonating Glaive Adept and you lose all of your adepts so early is that you have nothing at home that is going to be very good against Roaches and Ravagers. Wayne tries to get a bit of a surround now. A lot of the Lynx are leading the charge. And these Lynx will at least get picked up by these adepts. So now maybe with Stalkers and maybe with an Immortal, ShaDoWn is still okay. Would really love to see that Shield Battery finish up. That Stalker is going to get picked up, but the Immortal's in a good spot. As long as the adepts are just battling Lynx, it's not that bad. This is still happening, by the way. Can you guys believe that? But the Immortal gets caught, gets surrounded. The Ravagers will be able to help the Zerglings by finishing up that Immortal. The battery overcharge is honestly rather bad, as the adepts were too far away. Alright. Wayne has finally realized that 12 of his Zerglings were stuck in the center of the map. If those Lynx were there, he probably wins the game. But how close this fight got. You have 12 extra Lynx show up there, surround the Immortal, surround the Adept, get on top of the batteries. Could have perhaps been game over. I feel that was a bit sloppy by both players, if that even is a thing and if that makes sense. I think ShaDoWn had slightly more potential there in his defense, but Wayne definitely had way more potential in his offense. But it's all good. Good news for us is that the game will move on. 7 minutes in, ShaDoWn is still a couple workers ahead and has a few immortals, dropping the Robo Bay. Never got a second upgrade, by the way, of the Twilight Council, so... Alright. Not sure how I feel about an attack now. I feel like this Protoss army is so tiny that... what can we really hope for? If the idea is just to force out a bunch of units, scare your opponent a little, but then you retreat, then it's okay. This is old school PvZ gaming. A lot of people think back of Wings of Liberty with very warm memories. But often the most exciting thing that happened in a PvZ was the Protoss moving to the center of the map, pretending they would go for an attack, but then they would walk home again. And everyone was like, oh my god, that's so smart! That really got us going in the early years of Starcraft 2, guys. These days you see Clem micro 3 Cyclones and 4 Reapers to perfection, and we're like, oh yeah, we know it's Clem, like he can do that. When in Wings of Liberty we saw the Protoss move to the center of the map to take control of the Zelnaga Watchtower, and everyone's like, wow, he's playing so good! Those were the days. Then nothing happened other than a bunch of Colossus being produced, and eventually Colossus Void Ray would A-move the Zerg. Because Corruptors had energy bars, and feedback did twice as much damage as it currently does. And Corruptors never had a chance to spend their energy. So all the Corruptors would fly in, they would get feedback, and then the game was over. People were like, sick! That's the kind of balance that River HS and Sloppy Donkey are looking for. I will not be too ashamed to admit that I have stolen a couple of ladder points in the early days by doing absolutely nothing other than spamming Colossus Void Ray. Colossus were also better against everything. Was this an invincible army? At first. Until we entered the era of Broodlord Infestor, and then the Zergs got us back. I'm like, you know what? Fungo growth. Seems pretty good. Immortals also took like 15 tank shots to kill. That I don't truly remember, but I'm sure it was a thing. So War Prism gets abducted. We have Vipers out, and they are working on gathering as much energy as possible. But right now, if we abduct, I guess we abduct Immortals or Colossus. Wayne is a pretty decent Hive player these days. He's obviously not as good as your Reynors, Serrals, and Lambos. Like, he's not a master with the spellcaster, but I think he got a lot better at it over time. The one thing that Wayne does tend to do, though, is that he stays on a lower drone count than I feel like you're supposed to as a Zerg. And that means that every fight needs to go close to perfection, because if it doesn't, the Protoss will just keep on rebuilding, and then eventually you find yourself in a scenario where 1 or 2 abducts won't fix it. I won't salvage the situation. Lurkers are going to burrow near the rocks, and that is going to open another attack path for Bruce Wayne. As a couple of adepts with resonating glaives, by the way, will get into 2 different mineral lines. There is a couple spines in the natural, so they will save it. There wasn't too much, but I don't know what happened over here. It seems like we landed a couple of abducts on the Colossus, on the Immortals. I thought Wayne would take his time to deal with those adepts, but Wayne said, nope. I take out the rocks and I make my way into the natural of the opponent. This does not feel like a maxed out Zerg, but it is apparently terrifying enough to make it very difficult for ShaDoWn to engage into this. There are no disruptors. We are working on Storm, but we only have a single High Templar. Looks pretty grim for ShaDoWn. Both of them sitting on a lot of money. ShaDoWn is working with 4 bases, going up to 5. But we need way more splash damage, I guess, to deal with all these Lurkers. Lurkers don't even have any of their upgrades yet, by the way. What is happening? Bruce Wayne! He does not have adaptive talents, and he does not have seismic spines. I don't know if the nerds in Bavaria are still watching, but they would have a kick out of this game. Bruce Wayne is hitting us with the Hive-Tech Lurker timing without any of the Hive-Tech upgrades. And it's working. Wayne is built different. So many freaking lurkers. The feedback does land. One storm goes down. But no, you cannot run into this. ShaDoWn, please. For the love of everything. You cannot run into that. There's a couple of Immortals get jumped upon by roaches and ravages in the natural. All of the lurkers are making their way forward. Wayne is getting ready for the next patch where we will remove both of the lurker upgrades. Because we all know that Zergs are just not allowed to win a single video game anymore. And Wayne says, I'm built different, baby. Adaptive talents, seismic spines, who gives a damn? Not me. And you know what, guys? He's actually going to win. Wait, he has no high ground vision. Oh my goodness, he had no high ground vision there. So the lurkers couldn't actually fight at all. That's a really good fight for ShaDoWn. Clown Fiesta, baby. You guys wanted weird. Well, you're getting weird. Wayne still building lurkers. We had a game once in the main event of the Big Brain Bouts, where Wayne lost 1100 Zerglings against Spirit before he realized that he did not have adrenal glands. I asked him about it later and he's like, yeah, it was really weird. He's like, I am used to losing fights in late game against defensive Terrans, but I just kept losing every fight without killing a unit. So eventually I checked, it took like 40 minutes. Now, lurkers is something that you would think you would notice a little bit quicker. Do we have some storms available? We had a base shield battery overcharge. Still do. Move your Immortal a little bit here, mate. Overcharge could have come into play, but overcharge will not come into play as the army is too far away. These fights are mega chaotic. There is no observer out on the map, and all that's left is a couple of high Templars. Slow lurkers. High tech, but slow lurkers. It's good enough. Wayne doesn't need any lurker upgrades, baby. And after 14 minutes, a game that started off with a hedge block will go Wayne's way. This was quite a video game. Slow zealots, slow lurkers. Battery overcharge activated a few times. Did I just click a button that I was not supposed to click? Oh no. I messed up my DPI. I think blue is the color I need, but I'm not sure. My DPI changed, guys. Yeah, that was quite the first game. Let's see what game 2 will bring. Now I have to Google. Glorious Model D Pro Colors DPI. What color is 800 DPI? Blue. Yeah. Nice. Saved. Pro gaming, baby. Take care, Phil. Thank you for stopping by tonight, mate. And obviously, a safe and fun entrance into the new year, hopefully for you. It's the kiddie game on your TV? Yes, it is. I might play it myself. Looks very fun. Graphics look amazing. Is there a second version of it yet? Was the game well received? What were the reviews? What did the game critics say about the kiddie game? From what I've seen, it looks amazing. It looks unlike any other video game that I've ever seen. You think the fireplace look better than the kiddie game? Yeah, well, we'll see how well the fireplace looks when I watch some football tomorrow afternoon. I can guarantee you it doesn't look very good, mate.
Round 2, fight!
Top left side of Oceanborn. We are looking in the main base of the man who did not have charge. Overall, it was a bit of a chaotic and weird game. Don't forget about the adepts, by the way, that shaded into the natural and got absolutely nothing done. Let's see if we can turn things around, because I'm used to this man kind of chilling, being a very macro-oriented defensive Protoss. Well, he tried to get there towards the end, but it didn't quite work out. This is the Frenchman, Platinum Heroes ShaDoWn. It was highly rated. It did well with the critics. Well, I'm not surprised. It seems actually like a cool, unique video game, and not a shameless copy of something else that has been around for a long time. Bottom right side of Starlight, of Oceanborn, representing the Starlight Twinkle. We are looking at the main base of the man who used to be known as Vanya, that became RotterdaM, but in the end he settled for Bruce Wayne. It's Wayne. The fireplace is like a diamond, it's there forever. Yeah, now I'm gonna get a new TV. Let's hope that Saudi Arabia wants me back this summer, guys, because if they do, Roddy's going. I need a new TV. I don't know if we're going. If they don't do Starcraft, then I'll go for any other game. Be like, Kalaris, teach me everything you know about PUBG. How does my TV do RGB on the wall? It's called Ambilight. The TV that I have is a Philips Ambilight. And then the colors of your screen, they kind of make the screen bigger with lights on your wall. It's very cool. I feel like it's one of these things that once you have a TV like that, you'll never want any other TV. It's legitimately super cool if you have like a UFC night or you watch a hyped football game or whatever sport you may be in, and then the entire wall takes the color of the octagon or the football field. It's very cool. Not quite Philips Hue, because Philips Hue is more like lights that you control, right? Like the lights that I have in my living room that I can swap around. That is basically Philips Hue. But the TV has very little to do with Hue. It's more just, it's just called Ambilight. Like I can go blue. Oh, this is more dark actually. I can make everything red. Let me go for some Monday colors. Some Miami colors. First Adept on the other side of the map. It's already getting more done than the Adept on El Sione, where it died in the back of the main. To 2 Zerglings and a Queen. What does the thing above the TV says, Roddy? It says, Happy Birthday. And in case you guys think, wow, Roddy, is it your birthday? No. Is it Vicky's birthday? No. It was Vicky's birthday on the 30th of November. But every single time I say, shall we take it down? She's like, no, it's my special day. So, it's been her birthday for over a month. But I believe that she's kind of okay with taking it down real soon. Because we actually got rid of the 30 balloons I had in my living room. Or 31 balloons. That were floating around here for over a month as well. David with the 100 bits, happy birthday. I'll forward them to Vicky, mate. Still get them. Adapts into Oracle, very standard opening for PVZ. Let's see how good the Oracle and Adapt positioning is. ShaDoWn takes a lot of shots on the Oracle. ShaDoWn. I mean, if the Oracle was a distraction for the Adapts to deal damage, I'm like, yeah, okay. But then we should have probably just sent it away immediately. That Oracle hovered around for way too long. And now took a crazy amount of damage and didn't even get to activate Pulsar Beam. So not in love with that dive. Changed my lights, it was a bit too dark. It is indeed true that the Pikachu balloon was around for way longer than a month, but I also had a happy birthday, but that one wasn't around for a month. Did you bake her a Coke? Nay, no. Damn it, I can speak. I'm speaking Dutch and English at the same time. No, I did not bake her a cake, but she did bake us a cake for Christmas. Vicky makes amazing cheesecake. So I said, honey, for your birthday, you should make a cheesecake for all of us. And it was amazing. The Adepts dive in, get 3 more drones. The Oracles try to activate Pulsar Beam. And again, do not get close enough to the drones. But as long as ShaDoWn keeps these Oracles alive, guys, and he gets a couple drones at a time with the Adepts, I don't hate where this game is going for him. The follow-up is the Blink Starkers with +1. So you guys can obviously always see on the production tab as well. Because I don't use game art, and it's actually easy to read the icons. Pikachu is super flat somewhere in a storage room. We did not get rid of Pika, but there is no life left in Pika. But maybe we'll bring it back to life one day. Trip Oracle finally finds 2 drones, drops a revelation in the main base as well. It's all not crazy damage that ShaDoWn is finding here, but the Oracles are just so useful, because unless Wayne builds Aspire, it seems unlikely that he's going to have a lot of mobile anti-air anytime soon. And if he just wants to make a lot of Roaches, Lynx, Ravages, even if he brings some Queens to the other side of the map, the Oracles are your absolute MVP unit in general, with the Stasis Traps, with all the Revelations, and obviously the ability to activate Pulsar Beam if you have energy. So I'm okay with him not doing too much damage as long as the Oracles live. Couple of creep tumors get picked off in the center of the map. Wayne at the moment has 6 Roaches, 6 Queens, and 19 Zerglings. Most of the Lings are going to go on a journey to the other side of the map. So kind of like that, right? Wayne feels that he's got enough units at home and he just wants to get a cancel on this 4th hatchery. One Oracle, the low HP Oracle, was left behind. is going to activate Pulsar Beam, but yeah, that's not going to be enough to save this Nexus. Please cancel your Nexus. We will cancel it. Wayne not really in any trouble at home either, so really great counter by Wayne. These are the decisions that you need to make in the heat of the moment. You see a Protoss army coming your way and you wonder, do I need the links at home, yes or no? Wayne said, I don't think I need them at home. Sends them to the other side of the map and he gets a cancel on the 4th base. I'd say that's a big victory. There is a stasis trap here though, that at least is going to freeze up a decent amount of the links. There are some links coming in from the back. There are still 2 oracles here. The roaches are slow, I believe. Yeah, now they are fast as roach speed does manage to finish up. But not a bad fight here by ShaDoWn. I think that stasis trap was good enough. He needs to be careful. A lot of the stalkers have no shields left anymore at all. Obviously they have blink. That's a bad blink. So ends up losing his 2nd stalker, I believe. He's lost 4 in total, but 2 in that little exchange. Stalker count is climbing. Wayne's macro seemed to be slipping for a bit as he had 15 roaches on the production tab. That's just a few too many. Oracle should activate Pulsar Beam. ShaDoWn tiny bit late there, I think, by activating Pulsar Beam. So much energy, and especially that very first Oracle that he produced. ShaDoWn, that could have gone better, my friend. I feel like if ShaDoWn would have seen those links come in from the top side of his screen a little bit quicker and Pulsar Beam would have been activated, I think those links would have melted real quick and he would have been able to save way more stalkers than he was able to save now. Lost 4 stalkers before, lost 14 at this point. I don't truly understand this move out either. Okay, now he's gonna recall. I like that weapon, because if that battery falls, we're in serious trouble. There's so many Ravagers in the mix, and that Colossus has been building for a while, but the doors are wide open. ShaDoWn is gonna try to keep them out, but oh, there is so many links with +1 melee. Running into the natural, running into the main base as the cybernetics core gets picked off. Lucky timing perhaps on this Colossus popping over here, so at least all the links will die in the natural. Can ShaDoWn keep it together over here at the 3rd? Wayne using the Ravagers with Corrosive Bolt to take out the battery. There are still links active in the main base as well. These stalkers did blink to a deeper spot into the 3rd base, but they will still just get surrounded. ShaDoWn lost a few too many units in the center of the map. And Wayne is relentless. Of 67 drones, decided to fully send it with all the roaches, all the Ravagers. And ShaDoWn was not in the correct position. Not having a unit in your wall either obviously makes things even more terrifying. Because then you need to look into your main base, into your natural, into the 3rd where all the stalkers are battling. The stalkers don't shine. That was not the best corrosive ball by Bruce Wayne, as he actually killed his own roaches. But I don't think it really matters. Bit of a nightmare best of 5 so far for ShaDoWn. After 9 minutes and 45 seconds, it is the man who was incredibly sweet and generous yesterday to Reynor, as he waited over 45 minutes for Reynor to return in the Masters Coliseum qualifier to come back online. Take a 2-0 lead. Wayne looking good. ShaDoWn has, like in theory, on paper, he's kind of going to where you need to go. And a lot of the trades are not that bad. It's just then he gets completely overrun. It feels that he loses track of the army. Well, he saw it with Revelations as well, but then we had that weird move out. Even after he lost a few more stalkers than he was supposed to lose, he had that weird move out with all those stalkers to the center of the map. And then you have to recall, and obviously not having a unit in the wall, just kind of felt like it all came crumbling down real quick. And if he had like 2 Zealots or 2 Adepts protecting that 4th base earlier when he left that 1 Oracle behind, maybe he would have been able to keep that alive the first time, and then he has obviously a better economy. He can grow a little bit quicker. Perhaps the moment he saw that those links were sent to the other side of the map, he could have been a bit more committed with his Blink Stalkers on creep against only Queens and 6 Roaches. But a lot of if, buts and maybes, but they don't really count in Starcraft 2. Let's hope that at least this game will go his way, because I don't want to close out the Big Brain Bouts with a 3-0. That would just be a little sad.
Round 3. Fight!
Bottom left side of Hecate, we are looking at the main base of our French Protoss. He needs your love and support right now to see if he can turn things around successfully in the Big Brain Bouts main event number 44. Platinum Heroes is ShaDoWn. Down 0-2 against the man who just hits different on the Friday night. This event has often brought out the very best in him. Tonight is no different. It may not be the cleanest or most streamlined Zerg gameplay, but we've never really known him for that. We just know him for building a lot of units and finding clever ways to win. And he's definitely doing that. This is Starlight Twinkles Vayne. I think historically has been pretty good in CVP as well. Did Reynor make it yesterday? Yes. Because Vayne was sweet enough to wait for 45 minutes for Reynor to come back. They played out a best of 3. Vayne did win game 2 against Reynor. And honestly was winning game 3 on Hecate. That's an absolutely fantastic game. If you guys want to see some more StarCraft but you don't know what to watch, you guys can take a look at my VOD and the European Master Colosseum qualifier from yesterday. Vayne against Reynor, game 3 on Hecate was pretty awesome. And that was the semi-finals. In the end, that did go Reynor's way, and then Reynor played against ShoWTime in the grand final. Those games were also cool. So, if you want more StarCraft, you can have more StarCraft. It was a long ass game, yes. Yes. You don't watch Reynor against Vayne game 3 if you have 7 minutes before you have to head to the bus station. Like, you're gonna need a little more time for that. But it was a good game. Oh. What a year, guys. What a year. What will ShaDoWn open up with? Are we gonna go for the Stargate, or does he believe in the Twilight Council one more time? I do think that Twilight Council openings can still be pretty decent in this day and age, but you obviously need to make damn sure that you keep your adepts alive properly. Since he's making a sentry, and he only has 2 probes on each gas here, starting to have the feeling that this is obviously a bit different. A lot of Stargate builds, the Protoss players will even build the Stargate before they fire up a warp gate. So, ShaDoWn, okay. Goes for one of the builds I did not mention. Because this one is not that standard. Goes for very quick 3 Nexi. 3 minutes and 10 seconds into the game. The man goes up to 3 bases. Does Vayne his Overlord see that? Not yet. Well, actually, I guess this Zergling will eventually scout it. Zergling speed is going to finish up 5 seconds from now. I'm still a hero with the 3 months. Thank you, matey. Happy Friday. And an early Happy New Year. Obviously, this tournament is brought to you guys by Basilisk. I could not do it without them. They have a Discord server. If you guys say, Roddy, I don't use Twitter or X, whatever. Where can I say some words to them? You guys are always able to join the server. I believe !Basilisk Discord in my chat. We'll give you a link to their Discord. Also has a very easy URL. I think it's just basilisk.gg. Discord/basiliskgg. Something like that. Take a look at it. Say hello to them. They like it. I think they've done a lot of good things for StarCraft this year. Not just for me. Obviously for Trigger, Reynor and Serral as well. And for all the other nerds that are not on our team. +1 melee is going to be the opening here for Vayne. Discord.gg/basiliskgg. I knew I was onto something. Discord.gg/basiliskgg. It's a lot of GGs, guys. All the GGs. +1 melee and a Baneling Nest goes down 5 minutes into Hecate. ShaDoWn has obviously played a very passive game because he went up to 3 bases so damn quick. Let's the Shade finish up, even though he saw all the links there. That makes me a tiny bit sad, guys. I know it's just 2 adepts and maybe they're not that useful or that important anymore, but just keeping them around and trying to get something done with them in a moment where Vayne is looking elsewhere, where Vayne is focused on maybe attacking you. Then you don't even need to look, but if you can just shade them far enough away from the queen, they can go AFK. They can still get a couple of drones. Letting the shade finish up on top of Zerglings when there is nothing else happening, you know they're not going to get a whole lot done. War Prism on the way with +1 finishing up a Zealot Charge and a Templar Archives on the side of ShaDoWn, who has built a lot of it in the back of his main. Vayne has never even been inside of the main base of ShaDoWn. Now, if you are 70 drones and you just start building roaches, lings, banelings, you're obviously going to be fine. First Spire of the series gets dropped as well in the back of the main base of Wayne. ShaDoWn has sentries with a lot of energy. Has an observer too. The observer is just kind of AFK in the natural. Weird move out, but if we bring over the War Prism, it's okay. ShaDoWn, his Prism there was on the edge of creep. Decided to take a weird route. I guess he didn't want to reveal it, but I think it was already revealed. I'm starting to get a bit nervous, guys, because we have gone Zealot Charge before Blink. And even if you have Blink and a Spire finishes up and you don't know about it, it can become very scary. As a couple of links with +1 melee run to the other side of the map, forcefields do go down. Morphs the High Templars into an Archon as well. This could have been bad for ShaDoWn, but in the end he saves most units. But he still has not seen that Spire, and it really is time, like right about now, Funk Soul Brother, that we find that Spire. War Prism chilling underneath the main base is not going to help him. 11 mutas at once get queued up. If he warps in a couple of Zealots with charge here, maybe they will see it. And it can at least give him like that tiny heads up. Loads the Zealots into the Prism, still doesn't know. I mean, you have to know, right? Like, if you're ShaDoWn here, guys, and you get attacked in a game where nothing has happened at minute 6 by 12 Zerglings and 2 Ravages, you have to know that either it's super quick hive with a bunch of lurkers on the way, or it's going to be a bunch of Mutalisk. I'm very concerned here, guys, because ShaDoWn has barely any anti-air. He's got 1 Archon, 2 Stalkers, he's got plenty of Storm, but Storm is one of the worst things that you can think of when it comes to dealing with mutas. He has a cannon finishing up in the middle line, but it's a little bit too late. It's gonna fire like 3 times or 2 times and then it dies. And now you have to deal with 11 mutas, and Wayne, realizing that ShaDoWn is completely underprepared for Mutalisk, he's like, cool, I can make mutas all day, every day. And we can go from 11 all the way up to 20 mutas. And it's starting to look like Bruce Wayne is just way too powerful for ShaDoWn. It's weird because sometimes ShaDoWn can look so good in these weeklies. He can look good in ESL Masters as well. In different matchups across the board, he can have absolutely amazing games. I've seen a couple of games between ShaDoWn and Elazer where he looked really good in the matchup. Against Bruce Wayne, apparently that does not matter. The supplies look promising for ShaDoWn, but I think he's just going to take a crazy amount of economic damage for the longest time. Has a lot of Stalkers, but does not have Blink. Apparently doesn't even want to get Blink. I mean, in the straight up fight, his army is amazing, but how are you going to get a straight up fight without getting eliminated? Bit of a strange bug with the audio there. Sounds annoying, I apologize. Vanya just wants to base trade. I think Vanya just wants to consume the map, and yes, if ShaDoWn moves out, he will definitely base trade. And if you can keep ShaDoWn pinned back, well, then we're just going to grow bigger and bigger. +2 flyer attacks, probably drop an infestation pit in the near future to fire up a hive eventually, but the mutas will keep ShaDoWn at home, and if ShaDoWn doesn't want to stay at home, yeah, then he's definitely going to base trade. There goes that infestation pit that I mentioned. Looks very grim for ShaDoWn. Does land a big storm there. If he can do that 2 more times, we'll be like, okay. The Stalkers without Blink actually putting up a bit of a fight. There are 32 Mutalisk on the map. 10 mutas have gone down, but 32 Mutalisk just don't give a damn. A couple of cannons, a battery, a few Stalkers without Blink. Doesn't really stand much of a chance. What is the best thing that ShaDoWn can do here? Lord knows. I guess you just split up your units properly, try to get some cannons, batteries, and obviously should have started Blink a little bit quicker. Maybe he thought at one point he had Blink. That is a big, fat, juicy storm. A lot of mutas do go down. That's nice. 21 Mutalisk have fallen now. Pretty impressive to kill 21 Mutalisk against the Zerg when you don't have any Blink Stalkers or Phoenix. I can tell you guys that I've never killed 21 Mutalisk with Stalkers that don't have Blink. Shield battery overcharge gets activated to save a tiny bit of time on that cannon, but obviously the cannon will fall. Blink is gonna finish up though. That's obviously kind of nice. Wayne trying to make some magic happen here with Lings and Roaches, but he's eating some big storms to the face. And you know, the fact that we have successfully made it up to Blink, guys, and Wayne is still lair tag Zerg, I'm starting to believe a little bit. Wayne does have 98 drones and a crazy amount of bases, but the game right now looks a lot better than it did a while ago. As a few more storms go down, we blink forward. Wayne makes 19 more Mutalisks, 22 more Mutas. But he's still lair tech. Like, I actually believe that ShaDoWn can win this. He's got 102 army supply. He's about to have +2 ground weapons. We've got Archons, we've got Stalkers, we've got Storm. And Bruce Wayne has 101 drones. Turn it into a Disney movie. Seems like he is just gonna counterattack. Do you leave any High Templars and Archons behind? I feel like if you leave 5... Oh my goodness, what is this? Nobody saw that, right, guys? I didn't see it. Wayne didn't see it. ShaDoWn didn't see it. Wayne is gonna get on top of at least one of the bases of ShaDoWn, but ShaDoWn is getting on top of many bases at once. The only thing that I'm a bit sad about is that ShaDoWn only has 3 Archons. I feel like more Archons would be amazing, especially in a base trading scenario. Wayne is now battling. Oh yeah, look at all these probes. Oh, yeah. Man, that probe is tanky. Jeez Louise, did you guys see how long that single probe survived? Mutalisks need a buff, baby. That probe just lived forever. All the Mutas now get on top of the Templar Archives in the main base as well. That means that the Archons, we currently have 3 of them. That is the amount of Archons that we need to win the game with. I think ShaDoWn needs to recall, though. You cannot lose that base too, right? Like, I think you have to recall now. Oh my goodness, the Mutas are gonna go for it. They're gonna get on top of the battery, on top of the cannon. I don't know if you can recall anymore. You don't win the all-out base trade. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of spines. Never thought spines would look good against Blink Stalkers, but if this many spine crawlers are able to just wail away at these Stalkerinos, I guess they look kind of good. ShaDoWn has 2 bases left, 1 probe left. Only 13 drones left though for Bruce Wayne. Please recall eventually, mate. Don't lose your main. Like he has... Yeah, where's that probe? Oh, that's over here. Please. We need to recall. We need to recall. If you lose the Nexus, I feel like we always lose. Oh my goodness. We are going to lose the Nexus. Not now! No! Guys, what is that? What is that? You don't do it then. Come on. It is the big brain bout, so I cannot step up and walk away out of my chair, but come on, mate. We had an hour to recall to any of our bases. I like the initial counterattack. I thought we did a great job in dealing with these Mutas for a little while, but that is messy. And now it is starting to look like ShaDoWn will most likely just get eliminated. He lost that last probe as well, so he didn't just lose the Nexus, guys. He lost his final probe too. Now we're looking at 13 Stalkers, 3 Archons, and 12 High Templars with a stupid amount. Is there a world where he can eliminate Wayne? Okay, couple Zealots. Get on top of the drones. Come on. Oh my god, well. I don't know why we're bringing the Immortals back. Why did we wait until the absolute last second to recall? I mean, we have Storm for days, guys. We have so much energy that we can feed back an Overseer. Couple of Zealots roaming the map, looking for mining bases. Okay, what if... Hear me out, guys. We defend here. This is the last stop we defend. We leave 6 High Templars, an Archon, and 6 Stalkers behind. And the rest of the army just goes around the map. Trigger says it's doable for ShaDoWn. I kind of believe... But we need to split our army up properly. 0 probes. We have money, but we cannot rebuild the Nexus. We can never rebuild again. We have no probes, no main base. We just need to like leave 5-6 High Templars behind. 5-6 High Templars, 1 Archon, couple Stalkers. That's what I want to see him leave behind. DNS says we could aim for a draw too. That is a... Wait. Oh my god, Wayne has no money. Wait, he canceled something. No. Wayne has no money. Wayne has 290 minerals, has 9 drones, but he can actually no longer build a hatchery. And that changes everything, right? He can obviously make extractors for days, yeah, of course. But he can never force ShaDoWn to go somewhere. This might actually be a draw. If neither of them wants to truly make something happen. Like, it's very early to talk about a draw, but there is a world where this is a draw. Because Wayne can no longer mine. has lost every single main base. He has drones, but he can't do anything with them other than build extractors or a random spawning pool. ShaDoWn, though, is hunting. He's on the hunt. Is this army good enough to be out and about on the map? Well, I would prefer 2 Archons out on the map, but maybe 2 Archons at home to make sure we don't get eliminated is okay too. The Mutas think about it. ShaDoWn says he thinks Trigger should win. It does seem that it's a draw or a win. I feel like we should no longer lose. After taking out every single hatchery, I think... Oh my god, this is risky though. Okay, what is happening? Please pay attention. Oh. Alright. ShaDoWn doesn't want to be on the draw train, baby. I don't know if we should really have 2 armies out on the map. I think I prefer the idea of keeping 1 army at home. I like this army at home. And then the other army out on the map. I feel like this should be our defending army. Like, we've got so many storms. We got an Archon. We got a sentry. I don't know why this army is going back into the main, though. He technically had the money for +3, yeah. I don't know about this, but okay. A Wayne win seems the least likely of the 3 possible outcomes. What a way, guys, to wrap up the year 2023. Friday night video gaming. Big Brain Bouts number 44. Alright, the 2 Immortals were extractor hunting, but they will get picked up. But that's okay, you know, they did something. It's not about the Immortals. Wayne is doing his best ShaDoWn impression. With not 1, but 2 squads of BASILISK, baby. Well, +3 would have honestly been kind of nice. If he had it. Like, ShaDoWn should not try to save every building. I would say just focus on this part. Like here, plenty. I think you should just focus on this setup. You've got 5 buildings here. It's unlikely that all of them die. Who cares about the main, mate? Let the main die. Uh-oh. Structure count, 1 spore crawl. Wait, only 2 buildings left, by the way, for Wayne. That's very little. ShaDoWn has plenty. In my mind, I looked at the minimap and I thought we had extractors for days. We do still have 3 drones. They can build... They're waiting. They are waiting. This is fun. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Are we gonna have a draw? Can't believe that we even got here. When Wayne was able to make like 20 Mutalisk and ShaDoWn didn't even have Blink yet. He can see the... But can you see... You can see the spore too? Yeah. Right. Well, the main reason why ShaDoWn is not just going is that obviously he doesn't know where all the drones are, right? Oh, Immortal, guys. Immortal's on a mission. It's gonna try to finish off the spore crawler. In my mind, Wayne had way more buildings, by the way, but the most he will ever get is 4 extractors and a spore. What needs to happen to make it a draw? Players need to agree that it's a draw, but I have the feeling that this is not going to be a draw. It is starting to look more and more like ShaDoWn will find a way to win. Why didn't he kill that spore crawler, by the way? He didn't see it. Oh, okay. Just why? I don't like the idea of moving everything. Alright, he sees the spore. Now new extractors need to be built. 1 extractor goes down over here on the left side. So the spore and the extractor. Spore goes down. Immortal will go down. But this extractor is going to be found. This is the only building that Wayne currently has. What Wayne does have, though, is 2 more drones. 1 to build an extractor right next to the other one. And he's going to do that now. And then he has 1 last Hail Mary drone. Oh, ShaDoWn sees it, obviously. He's thinking about it. Splits off his army. I think ShaDoWn just wins here. I think ShaDoWn just wins. What? No. Why are we doing this? Stop doing that, mate. Why does he keep trying to save whatever is left in the main? It's so useless. Can we stop? Okay. Wayne is realizing that the clock is ticking. And that extractor obviously is going to die. And then he only has 1 extractor left. He's thinking about it. He baits out a bunch of storms, loses a few Mutalisk. We have lost 40 Mutas. 28 Mutas remain. A bunch of them left at home to defend our absolute final extractor. Wayne has done it, has built it. No more drones, guys. This extractor in the main is the last building that Wayne has and Wayne will ever have in this game. But that is something we know. That is not something that ShaDoWn can possibly know. ShaDoWn is obviously afraid that if he right now sends everything... Oh my god, what if ShaDoWn still loses though? That would be so sad. With him being this far out on the map, guys. Yeah, I think that Wayne should have gone for it there for a split second. Oh, ShaDoWn has an observer. That's sick. The Mutas are thinking about fighting this army. Oh, 9 Templars! All 9 Templars all by themselves. It's raining storms. That is so many storms, but every single 9 Templar dies. Well, that is a plot twist that not many of us anticipated. 6 Stalkers left, 3 Archons left, 4 High Templars left. ShaDoWn now feels that he needs to hallucinate some Stalkers. And I think he might... Oh, that's a forward blink into a lot of Mutas. Storm does land. Okay, go for the extractor. Go for it then, mate. An all-out base trade. It's an all-out base trade. Go for the extractor. Stalkers blink. Who wins? No, blink. Not on the wrong side. The Mutas win. The Stalkers win. It's the extractor against all of these buildings. Is it still Bruce Wayne? There's a lot of HP left. The extractor blink. Blink. Oh my goodness, it's so close. I don't know who's winning. It's Wayne who won. Oh my goodness. Oh my. It is Wayne. In the end, who gets the buildings before ShaDoWn gets the absolute final extractor. Can you believe what we just saw? And that, my friends, is what the Big Brain Bouts is all about. What an ending. It is Bruce Wayne after 23 minutes and a ridiculous base trade that gets the job done. He wins $150 for winning the last main event of the year. And it is ShaDoWn who still gets $50 for playing. Wow. Well, guys, I don't think I could have asked for a much better ending than that. I know it was a 3-0, and 3-0 sucked. But at least that was fun. I have to show you guys this, by the way. ShaDoWn is like, alright, that's it. I'm searching for a ladder game right now. ShaDoWn is like, there's only one way to erase that memory. And he's queuing up immediately. He is done with the show match and he's queuing up. He's like, yeah, that's it. That is all I can take. I want something else. Oh man, what a game. Alright guys, thank you so much to BASILISK for letting me run another edition of the Big Brain Bouts. We gifted away... Is that a word? Is that a sentence? We gave away $500 tonight. I can show you guys the results one more time. We did 4 best of 5s. We had a couple of 3-0s, but I still think it was a fun night of video games. It was a perfect way to wrap up the year. Niet took out Multi, so he won 60 buckies. We had Flexi defeating Upper 3, so he gets the 80. Dolan with a dirty best of 5, but a very fun one. Took a 3-2 over Mixu, and we had our main event. Bruce Wayne does it again in the BBB. He wins 150 bucks. Well deserved, I think, after being so sweet to Reynor yesterday and waiting for him to reconnect in the Master Coliseum qualifier. And that will do it, guys. I had a 5-hour, 25-minute stream. You guys were awesome. If I don't see any of you guys anymore until we enter the next year, I wish all of you a happy new year and hopefully a fun and safe, responsible entry into 2024. We'll definitely do a few more streams tomorrow and the next day, so I'm not gone yet. You guys don't have to worry, but I don't know. Maybe for some of you guys, this is the last time that you see me. You can obviously wish BASILISK a happy new year, since this is the last time that they are around. Feel free, guys, to tweet at them if you guys are happy with the love they gave your man Roddy or Trigger or Reynor or Serral throughout the year and for all the events they ran. You guys can send them a tweet over at X or a post, whatever it is. This is the BASILISK X. How do you call it? Is it an X profile now? So confusing, huh? I'll link it in the chat. And obviously, if you don't use that, but you do use Discord, you guys can always join the BASILISK Discord and say hello to them there. And tell them that you appreciate all the things they did for Starcraft 2. Because they have been amazing, guys. Not just to me, but I think to a lot of people out there. And I think that's all I got.